Hola amigas, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine. As you saw from the title and the thumbnail, I am going to be recreating this historically accurate 90s fine slash Chicana makeup look. This makeup look has gone viral a couple times on my short form platforms. You guys always ask me for an updated one, so this is kind of like an updated version of it as well. I am using mostly affordable products so you can recreate it yourself. And if you find this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to my channel and make sure to like this video because it does help a lot. Anyways, let's get right into the tutorial. So I like to start with my eyebrows, and I'm going to show you the trick that I do to make my eyebrows appear thinner than they are. You can see how thinner it appears. I'm going with my NYX brow pencil. This is in the shade Black. It does have a spoolie side and then the product side on the other. I'm just going to brush the hairs, and then with the product side, drawing a line in the middle. I'm not filling in the top or the bottom. I'm just going to draw a straight line down the middle. And very lightly, as you can see, my eyebrows don't need a lot of filling. With my LA Girl Brow Perfect Extreme Hold Styling Gel, I'm going to brush my eyebrow hairs the opposite direction. This is so my hairs get an even coat of this product. And then we brush them the opposite way back to its normal form. This is a new product that I've been using and it's pretty good. It's an extreme hold. Okay, this is the trick. Pinching the eyebrows to the center. And you can already tell it made a big difference. And you have to let it fully dry before going with the concealer. Can you see how much of a difference that makes? Before going with concealer, make sure to clean around for any residue, because if you leave it on and put concealer or foundation on top, it's gonna look cakey and cracked, and I made that mistake before, so don't make that mistake. It's not gonna look cute. I'm taking this little palette that I have, applying this full coverage vision cream cover from Danessa Myricks, which is a concealer and a foundation, but you can use any full coverage concealer or foundation. I'm taking my Morphe eyeliner brush, which I'm using as a concealer brush right now, and it's just been a great brush to conceal, to clean up the top. But really take your time with this stuff. Doing the same thing on the bottom, lining it up with this one so they're even. Look at that. Perfect. This is the concealer brush from Morphe M131 and their new Life Proof Continuous Setting Mist. I'm spraying the brush and blending that concealer in. I'm going to use this as an eyeshadow primer, so I'm bringing it down to prep the eyelid for eyeshadow. And look, just like that, you have thinner brows without actually thinning out your brows. For the eyeshadow, I chose this Morphe Flickering Sands eyeshadow palette because it has all the perfect tones that I need for this look. Starting with this taupey light brown shade and my M331 Morphe brush, apply it all over the lid. This is going to be kind of like my transition shade, packing that on and diffusing it at the same time. This eyeshadow is going to be very simple. Anybody can recreate this, in my opinion. Very much beginner friendly, so don't be afraid. This beige bone white shade and this fluffy brush. This is from Morphe again, M333, and just tap it into the brow bone, diffusing it, setting that concealer in at the same time, making that seamless transition between these two shades. This is actually my favorite palette because it's affordable, and if you're a beginner, this is going to be a perfect palette for you. You can create so many looks with this eyeshadow palette. Taking the darker brown from this eyeshadow palette and the same Morphe brush M331, I'm going to pack it on the outer corner of my eye and diffuse it in the inner corner, leaving this space blank. Just like so. And using that same bone white color to create a subtle cut crease, just packing that on, no concealer underneath, and diffusing it into the crease. I created my wing liner with this 24/7 inks from Urban Decay, and this is in the shade Zero, which is a black shade. And it's so perfect because I have better grip when I'm doing my liner, and it's liquid and it's really precise. I like it. I did my skin prep. I usually don't apply a primer, but this time I'm going to. I'm using the e.l.f. Stay Cool primer stick. I'm just gonna apply it. I'm gonna work it into my skin with my hands. For foundation, I'm going with my favorite. This is the L'Oreal True Match foundation in the shade N4, which is a neutral light medium shade. I applied some on my palette and I'm picking it up with my Morphe 103 foundation brush. Pack it into the skin This one is very, very good because it has that natural finish. And I know like this 90s inspired glam, they seem to have more of a matte base. But since this is a natural finish, I can mattify it with the powder and it looks just fine. Another reason why I love this one so much is because of the shade match. As you saw, like, the shade match is incredible. You know, back then I always get a lot of comments like, oh, we didn't wear that much makeup back then and it was just simple, this and that. I'm using modern techniques. Like, obviously I could probably use only 3 products and complete this look how they did it back then. But in present days, we have so much makeup products that I like to experiment, and it shows that we have more helpful tools and different complexion products, eye products, eyebrow products to complete the look at its full potential. That's why I probably use more product than what they usually would use back then. Even though it might seem like I'm wearing a lot of makeup, it's really not. To contour, I'm using this CoverGirl True Blend Contour Balm in the shade Sculpted, and it's cool tone. That's what contour is. I'm just gonna draw on some shadows where I want to look more sculpted, which is like these areas right here, and we're gonna blend that in. And as you can tell, I'm always using tapping motions because that's the best way to blend the product in. For bronzer, I'm using this Morphe bronzer stick in the shade Sudden Heat. It's a creamy bronzer stick, which is so good. Morphe has been killing it with every release. I feel like it's a rebranding that everybody needed. So I'm placing the bronzer right on top of the contour. I am using the same brush, but I kind of wiped it before. Look how easy that blends in. It looks so seamless. Since this makeup look doesn't require blush, I'm gonna skip over that and I'm gonna go straight to concealer. But if you still want to wear blush, you can apply a mauve color, something very natural. You don't want it to overpower the bronzer. I'm using my Lancome concealer. This is the Idol Ultra Wear All Over Concealer in the shade 220. Now this might be on the pricier side, but you can wear any affordable concealer. I am applying more concealer than usual because I want the eyes to be bright. Blend that with my beauty blender. I know it's kind of dirty, not too much. I just used it the other day, that's all. Going to blend that in. Look how seamless it looks. Yeah. I didn't let it sit for too long because I want it to look as natural as possible. I don't want it to like be overpowering. To mattify the under eyes, I'm using my Maybelline Poreless Pressed Powder in the shade 110. This is absolutely my favorite powder. And a powder puff just to set the under eyes, my smile lines, the chin, and the forehead. This is going to mattify it without looking cakey. With my Essence Mattifying Bronzing Powder Palette, I'm going to set that bronzer for the rest of the face using my L'Oreal Blurfection powder. This is the loose powder in the shade, I believe, Translucent. Same powder puff to set right here. And again, my smile lines. You can grab a fluffier brush, set it. Drenching my face with this Kosas setting spray. I went ahead and applied these Ardell lashes. These are very natural, as you can see. I apply a little bit of this Buxom liner right underneath the waterline. I use my L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara waterproof version for the top and bottom. And you guys know I'm gonna go with the lip combo and I'm gonna be quiet.
Ooh, it's something about, just something about the way she moves. I can't figure it out. It's something about her. Ooh, it's something about kind of woman that wants you but don't need you.
And this is the final look. How easy was that? It was simple. I didn't wear a lot of makeup, even though it might seem like I did. I promise you, it's not even that much makeup. I love this makeup look so much because it's so effortless. It looks like I tried hard, but I really didn't. It really gives a mix of 90s fine / modern makeup. It brings out my natural features perfectly, and this is why I love it. But I really hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, make sure to like, subscribe to my channel. It really does help a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye.
I can't figure it out. It's something about her. 'Cause she walks